Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm Jahan, and today I'm going to do a full face of my current favourites. So if you like this type of thing, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a like because it really helps my channel. So I don't actually know what look I'm going to go for today. I'm probably going to maybe do a bronzy look, maybe do a little bit more with my eyes than I usually do. I'm going to actually use some eyeshadows which are in my favourites at the moment, things that you might have seen before but have seen in the past. So let me start with my base. So as usual, I've got my skincare on. I've got my vitamin C Pixie tonic, which I'm using. So actually, it's a glow tonic. It's not called glow tonic, but it's the vitamin C version of the Pixie glow tonic. I really like it. So far I've used it for about a week or so from when I last filmed that video, and it's complementing my vitamin C. I've had no breakouts. It's something that I've introduced on its own, so yeah, I'm not having any reaction to it. I've also added the Inculus tranexamic acid. I'll put it on the screen, I can't remember how to say it, but that is also to help with pigmentation. I really like the feeling of that. It hasn't broken me out, which is perfect. And my sunscreen as well. So this time I'm wearing the Ysl sunscreen, so factor 50. So I've got my base done already. So I'm going to start with a primer, which I don't usually use. If you know that I have a couple of primers, but I'm not really a massive primer fan. I don't really enjoy the silicone primers so much, but I am using a primer today, and it's by Ole Henriksen, and it's the Banana Bright Face Primer with vitamin C and banana powder, which is this one here. And this was one that I picked up in a Boots Tuesday, £10 Tuesday. It's usually 20 something pounds or £25 or something, so it was a really good deal. And I really love this brand anyway. Their dark spot remover is fantastic, so I thought, let me try this one out. It's vitamin C, which I love, and you can use it on its own or on top of makeup as well, because it's one of those glowy ones. So let me show you what that looks like. I'll take a pump here on the back of my hand. It's orange here. It's meant to give you a nice glow and a nice sheen to your skin. It smells really lovely. It's got that not vitamin C, that orange smell. So it is scented if you don't like scents, but it doesn't last too long, and it's quite a pleasant scent as well. So I'm just going to put that all over my skin, and this is a sort of product you could just put this on if you want a bit of a glow and just leave your home, really. You don't really need to put makeup on top of this if you don't want to, but it's nice under makeup and on top as well. And I really like the feel of this. This is what it makes my skin look like. You might not see a massive amount of difference, but it's given some more glow here in those places where you want a glow. It's a really lovely product, and I'm really glad it came in the £10 Tuesday. If it comes up again, I might have to nab another one because I think it's a really good product. And then my current favourite base is, like, as always, a Glossier skin tint. I'm really struggling to find a skin tint which I like as much as this. I have £70 worth of Boots points to spend, and if anyone doesn't know, in June, it's either the end of June or beginning of June, or by June, if you don't spend your Boots points, they're gonna wipe back down to zero, and you can only keep them on your card for a year. So that's happening in June. So what I am gonna go and pick up, I actually have to go into store for this because I want to shade match properly, is the Ysl New Skin. The reviews on that are very similar. It's like a tinted moisturiser. I much prefer tinted moisturisers. I've got a few heavier foundations like the double wear, which I would use in an evening out if that's the look I was going for. But day to day, I would always use tinted moisturisers, and actually in the evening I'd probably use tinted moisturisers as well. But the New Skin it's got quite good reviews. It's, again, very light, sort of buildable, but not massive coverage, a bit like the skin tint. It's more evening out the skin, and it's about £27. So I'm going to use my Boots points for that and pick up some other YSL or Dior beauty products whilst I'm there, just because I want to use my points, so I don't want to lose them. And I don't have quite enough points to buy any electrical items that I'm interested in. And the really annoying thing about Boots is that you can't use the points in part payment like you could with like a Nectar card or a Tesco card, which is like a loyalty card for supermarkets here in the UK. When you spend, you get points per pound, and then you can take that off your shopping. You can take it off as part payment. But in Boots, you have to have the full amount of points to be able to purchase the item, which I think is just really, I think it's stupid. It's one of the only rules that they've always had with Boots points with cards, which I've always thought is ridiculous. because I think if it was part payment, it would encourage people to probably to spend more, but hey ho. This is why I'm still using the Glossier Skin Tint. I love it. I'm colour G6. I absolutely love it. I love the way it makes my skin look. I love the sheen, and yeah, I just love it. I've got oily skin and it works for me. It doesn't necessarily last all day. It's one of those ones that you have to top up or use a setting spray or a powder to powder it down or something, just in the areas where you tend to get oily first, but I still love this product. And that's my base done really. I'm not going to do any concealing. I think I'm doing all right at the moment. Don't need any concealing. The skincare routine that my dermatologist got me on, which is in a video a few videos back, maybe 10 or 12 videos back, I'll link it anyway, is just like one of the best routines ever. My skin, I think, has not looked better than this in the time that I have actually been working with her, so really happy with that routine. So next I'm just going to do my brows really quickly. I'm not really fussy with brows. I laminate them at home and I dye them at home, and I think they actually probably need another dye actually. So I dye them at home with Ysl brow kit. Is it Ysl one? Yeah. And that's all I do with my brows, so it means on a day-to-day basis I can just brush them through, and I just use the boy brow very quickly. I'm not somebody who sits there and carves out their brows for ages and ages, and the boy brow, as you know, is this tiny little spoolie here, gets into all the hairs, it's perfect. So eyes, I've got a couple of things that I'm really enjoying using on my eyes at the moment, and one of them isn't necessarily an eye product. The first one is the Glossier monochromes, and this was in Mesa. So if you remember, I did a whole video on this. It's these three colours, and it's supposed to be monochromes of 3 different finishes of the same colour. These are £20, I think they're £20, and I wasn't a massive fan straight away. I liked the colour payoff and I liked the look, but I wasn't necessarily thinking this is the best palette you can particularly buy if you like these sort of earthy warm colours or trios of colours and that kind of thing. But I do really like the formula, and now it's turned into spring summertime. This has been my go-to. So the reason I think why I didn't gravitate to it as much is because the colours that I picked are probably more for spring summer warm bronzy looks. I did pick up another colour which is slightly deeper, which would be great for autumn, but now this is spring summertime, I'm really enjoying using this. And the other product that I've got, which I'm using on my eyes, which I really enjoy, which isn't actually an eye product, is by Fenty Beauty. And it's a Kilowatt Foil, and it's in Mimosa Sunrise and Sangria Sunset, which is this colour here. Aren't these colours they just make you feel so happy? They remind me of summer. They're absolutely beautiful. And they are a foiled, like I think they're meant to be a highlighter. So that's the Mimosa one. It's a very foiled, shimmery orange, and then we've got this fuchsia pink, like a really playful pink, which is this one here. I absolutely love these colours, and they look really pretty. You can use them as a highlighter, or you can put them on your eyes. You can do whatever you want with your makeup, to be honest. And I really love this packaging too. I've had this for a while. I haven't used it for a little bit. It's one of those ones where you sort of shop your own stash and you see it and you remember it, and I love this colour for spring summer. So let me use a bit of this and a bit of the Glossier one and create some kind of look with that. First of all, I'm going to take the Glossier one and take the matte, is there a matte brown here? Yeah, the matte brown one up here in Mesa. I guess they're all called Mesa and they're just different finishes. So let's take just the normal matte finish one. I'm just going to put that on my eyelids, on both my eyelids. Let's bring this mirror a little bit closer. Okay. So I'm just going to put that across my whole movable lid, my whole mobile lid, I should say. I'm just putting it down now, and then I'm going to do some more blending because it's just kind of cut there, isn't it? So pat it on. There's not much fallout with this, which is good. Next brush. I don't know which one this is. Expert concealer brush. I'm using a concealer brush. Just to pack that on, and then I'm just going to use just a fluffy brush just to buff out the edges, just to get some smooth edges here. It's such a lovely day in London at the moment. The weather's been really nice, a little bit rainy, but it just warms up and it gets quite warm and quite muggy at the moment because of the rain, but today is a really lovely day. So I've just blown the eyes out a little bit with the fluffy brush just to smooth out those lines. And then I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty one and take a bit of Mimosa and a bit of the pink. I think I'm going to take the Mimosa Sunrise, which is this orange one, and put that more so on the first half inner corner of my eye, which I don't know if you can see whether it's picking up on camera a lot. It's nice and shimmery. These would be great wet as well if you want to wet your brush. It could look quite similar to the shimmer one they've got here when you put them next door to each other. This is just slightly more orange than this one. This one's just got more of that kind of clay colour underneath. And then what I'm going to do is take the bright pink one and put that on the corner of my eyes. And then I'm just going to take a fluffy brush again and just blend between the two. And then just to tie the eye all together, I think I'm going to take a bit of the orange and put it underneath my eye. The reason why I'm taking the orange is I just don't want to make it look like I've got kind of a pink eye sort of thing. So I'm going to take a bit of the orange, put it underneath. Actually, I might put a tiny bit of that, the pink underneath actually. I think that would look quite cool there, just at the very corner, just to tie that in. There you go. I think that's this is much more makeup than you're used to seeing me wearing, but I think this is pretty cool. I think it's really pretty. I love these colours. So because I have done so much more with the eyes than I would usually do, I'm going to use a bit of a toned down blusher, and the blusher I'm going to use is by Sleek, and it's called Sahara. Now this one is a discontinued colour, which is this one here. I'm absolutely gutted, but they've got one called Terracotta, which might be similar. I'm going to pick that up. It's on ASOS. But for now, I think I've got one more of these, and it's all half used as well. And I'm just really trying to savour this. I absolutely love this colour. I think it's so complimentary on so many skin tones. So I'm going to use this as my blush today, or to warm up my face. And I'm also, the reason why I haven't powdered, I'm going to use a little bit of Glossier Heat, which is their cream bronzing product. Oh my gosh, put my teeth back in. And then I'm also going to use, I think, a bit of the Fenty Beauty bronzer that I have in the colour Caramel Cutie, which is this one here, which is sort of like a mid-tone bronzer. They go much deeper than this, and they go much lighter than this as well. Fenty Beauty is really inclusive when it comes to colours, so I'm going to use that too. So let me start with the Glossier bronzer in Heat and do a bit of work with that first. So with Heat, I'm just going to take a little bit, put it on these parts of my face, like the higher parts of my face, a bit further back, and a little bit on my forehead to warm it up. And I take a flat brush and just kind of push it into my skin, so pat it into my skin rather than move too much of my base product or anything like that. Put it on my forehead to warm that up a bit, on the other side, so that just starts to add a little bit of shape. And whatever's left on my brush, just put down my nose. And then I'm going to take the colour Sahara, and I take my kind of like a pointed brush here and just place this blusher where I really want it. So in a similar place but slightly more forward, not quite on the apples of my cheeks, I'm just going to put that blush in that area. This is what I would usually flush if I was hot. And again, a bit down my nose. And I like to always put my blush on my forehead as well. I think because the eyes are pink, the muted down brush helps a lot more tight together than using pink lips as well. I think it'd be too overbearing for my face. Some people can pull it off more colour on their face than others, but for me, I think this looks better. Just use another fluffy brush just to blend out lines. And then I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty Bronzer in Caramel Cutie and this big fluffy brush and just give that a whirl around everywhere else, under my chin, neck, forehead, across my nose. Loving these colours at the moment, like mixing them all together, and if I've got a bit more time then doing these three together, I quite enjoy putting that together to make one look. And then for my lips, I am going to use mascara. I forgot mascara. So mascara, I'm going to use this one, this Sky High one. I still need to try out another mascara, but until I do, this still remains my favourite. I love this mascara, so I'm just going to put a small coat of that on. I don't know if anybody else finds that when they do eye makeup, if they put too much mascara on, it kind of, I don't know, it doesn't really suit their face once they put more eyeshadow on. For me, mascara looks good if I've got minimal eyeshadow on, otherwise it doesn't look great when I've got other eyeshadows on. So my go-to lipstick at the moment is by Glossier, and it's in Leo, and it's this brown colour, and it's, again, it reminds me a bit of the lipstick by Clinique that suits everybody. If I can remember, I will put the name on the screen, but I think it's like cherry something, or it reminds me of that lipstick anyway. The only thing is, the scent of Glossier lipsticks have got that very floral scent, so if you don't like scents and scents don't work for your lips, these ones aren't going to work for you. It doesn't smell so much when it's on your lips, and you can't smell it as it's on your lips all day, but it does have a scent to it, so if you are sensitive, then it's probably better to avoid. So it's got that kind of brown tone lip to it, which I really like, which ties in with all the colours. And these are my favourite products at the moment. I'm going to just do a quick powder down because it's really warm. I'm looking a little bit shiny, so I'm going to take what is my favourite powder, which is the Rimmel Instant Matte. This is my favourite compact powder to take around with me, because loose powders like Laura Mercier and things can get messy if you're taking them out, but this one, it is instant matte. So I'm just going to take a bit of that on my brush and just put it in places where I don't necessarily want the complete shine. So top of my lip, around my mouth, just a little bit down here on the sides of my nose. I'm going to leave my nose because I don't mind that natural shine, and it doesn't usually get any shinier than that during the day. And there's a little bit on my forehead because that's going to break through anyway. And there we have it. That's the final look with products that I'm absolutely loving at the moment. I hope you like this look. This is definitely more makeup than you're used to seeing on me, because I've definitely done more with my eyes than I usually do. But I really love these colours. This Fenty Beauty palette, this one here, I love these colours so much. I love the bright orange, I love the pink. They're perfect for summer, and yeah, I love this makeup look. So let me know if you've got any of these products. If you like this look, let me know below, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.
Feel like falling deeper.